Hi, I'm Sin E.
I'm Sudiksha, and you're watching
Cosy Corner! In today's episode, we'll be talking about some of the causes that NTU offers and also debunking some of the myths and stereotypes in NTU.
That's right, and in order to do so, we've invited 3 students from 3 different courses to give us some insight into their experiences. Why don't we all go around introducing ourselves?
Hi everyone, my name is Keen. I'm a Year 4 student from School of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. I'm currently doing a double degree in Information Engineering and Media and Economics. I'm also the president of Triple E Club. How about you, Zach?
Hi everyone, my name is Zachariah, but you can just call me Zach. I am in the School of Biological Sciences, taking a single major, and I'm the president of the School of Biological Sciences Club.
Hi everyone, I am Kai Ming. I'm a Year 2 student currently in the School of Art Design and Media. I'm taking a major in filmmaking, and I also happen to be the president of the ADM Student Club.
I'm from We Can We, so we do a variety of courses from things like journalism, broadcast, to public relations, as well as research, and there's a little bit of data involved for those that are interested. So there's really a basket of courses that we get to choose from. How about you guys?
Also, like mentioned before, I'm majoring in filmmaking, but ADM actually offers a wide variety of pathways. So in year 1, we're actually able to kind of explore all the different pathways before we choose a certain one that we're going towards. And even in year 2, 3, and 4, we're able to have a general pathway, so people are able to explore different styles and different kind of mediums that they might want to explore.
The School of Triple E actually offers 2 different degrees, one in Information Engineering Media and the other one, of course, in Electrical and Electronic Engineering. The degree that I'm doing is actually quite interesting. We do 60% Electrical Engineering and I think 20% Art and Media. So we do take mods from ADM and WikiWi, and we do 20% general electives, so ICC mods, unrestricted electives, and so on. We actually pride ourselves on being, like our logo is actually 1 degree, a world of opportunities.
Oh.
Yeah, so we actually offer a lot of specializations, not just in like electrical engineering, but also in artificial intelligence and machine learning. We also do microelectronics, semiconductors, and etc. So if you're interested in like a lot of technical stuff, you can delve into that. But if you're also interested in computer engineering or like coding, doing software engineering, you can also come to Triple E.
Then what about you, Zach?
In my course, they require us to take Intro to Computing as well as Data Science in year 2. So at least like, even though we are science students, but we know a bit of like coding and everything as well. We have project works as well. We have group assignments, we need to create a presentation. So definitely working in a group is there as well. Yeah.
So in year 1, we actually get to try different modules that are pertaining to different pathways. So for me, I actually got to learn different stuff like Photoshop, Illustrator, a lot of software. We were able to kind of do a lot of experimental stuff, like making a lot of different videos, editing. We were able to learn different storytelling, a lot of different pathways. And then from those, we were able to do a lot of different projects for each module. And a lot of the profs actually encourage us to think about what we want to do, think about what we are interested in, and then do our projects based on that instead. So that was, I think, quite a good way of helping us develop during the year 1 process. And then I think in year 2, we are able to kind of find out what pathway we're interested in, and then we go towards that. So that was, I think, quite a good way of making us know exactly what we want before we go into the wrong pathway that we might regret. Yeah.
Lots of room for experimentation.
I believe all courses has its fair share of stereotypes. For mine, because it's Chinese, right? So a lot of people will tell me, wow, this one confirm next time Chinese teacher. Yeah, then in my defense, I'll be like, no. We don't just do linguistics, like what I said. We also do a lot of different stuff like history, literature, and whatnot. We also got translations. So actually, we are not just narrowed into education industry. We can also try translating or like even the media industry. Like nowadays, there's a lot of DJs and whatnot. Yeah, we can actually explore into those areas. And we can also go overseas for some job opportunities in the business industry. What about you? Is there any other stereotypes for your course?
But ADM actually, we do have a lot of different stereotypes. I think one of the big stereotypes that I faced this year throughout ICC mods was that the ADM student will be in charge of the designing no matter what. So mixed in a group of different students from different schools, we definitely have to play to our strengths. And for ADM, they would think the strength would be designing. And being a film student myself, I have not trained in designing, so it was kind of a challenge. But another stereotype that comes with it will be that all ADM students know how to draw, and they expect ADM students to all draw very well. So for me, a lot of my storyboards for my film are actually drawn in stickman, which shows how poorly I can draw. So with that in mind, sometimes the stereotypes are not always right. Yeah. But there are very talented artists, friends in this ADM.
Definitely a stereotype for engineering students is that we always wear like slippers and shorts to class, but that's not necessarily true. When we go for labs, we have to dress in covered shoes and long pants. So even if you wanted to wear slippers and shorts to class, it's kind of impossible sometimes. So yeah, other stereotypes that engineering students will have is that there are no girls in engineering, which is not true because I'm a girl and I'm here. Yeah, our girl-to-guy ratio in engineering is not actually as bad as people think. For Triple E, we have around 70% guys and 30% girls. For my own course, which is IEM, we actually have a very good 50-50%. In some years, we have more girls than guys actually. So it's quite interesting to see like when you come into engineering, there are actually a lot of girls around. Yeah, so definitely women in STEM. Please, if you're a girl and you're interested in engineering, please come and join us.
Some people think that SBS students are all nerds. Yeah, like closet muggers in a way that we just like studying. I mean, partially true. We are still people. We still have a life. We are not just like nerds. We have our own opinions also. We are very outspoken as well. Yeah.
I'm glad we got that cleared up. If you have any other myths or stereotypes that you're curious to find out more about, do visit us at our physical open house on 25th February 2023. This is especially if you're considering enrolling in NTU and you want to find out a little bit more about what it's like here and the different courses that we have.
Actually, I'm quite curious, what do you all usually bring to class? Because for my course, it's quite theoretical, so we usually bring iPad and Apple Pencil because we need to write notes. And also, some would prefer paper and pen because they don't want to spend on apps such as GoodNotes, which you need to spend a certain amount to get an app. But there are also free options out there, such as Microsoft OneNote. So that's what I usually use, and it categorizes your notes quite well as well. But if you don't mind spending that, okay, GoodNote is a good option as well. Yeah. What about you guys?
I think for ADM, we also have to bring our laptop. So I use like a MacBook. And for all ADM students, actually, a lot of us in the design industry, we use this Adobe software. And for ADM students, we actually have free access to all the Adobe softwares. So we're able to have that kind of privilege of these softwares. Actually, these softwares actually help us a lot in our design process. So we use a lot of, for filmmaking, we use Premiere Pro and After Effects. And then for the design students, they use a lot of Photoshop and Illustrator. And these are actually taught in ADM as well. So we actually get to know the basics of each of these softwares. And this really helps us a lot. Yeah.
For engineering, similar to what Kami has mentioned earlier, we also bring like tablets and laptops to class. Other than that, I think one interesting item that I brought to class before is actually an IKEA lamp. So one of my mods, we learn how to do product design using Autodesk Inventor. And for that mod, we had to buy an IKEA lamp. It was like a small desk lamp that we had to learn to model in Autodesk Inventor. And I think that was one of the more interesting items that I brought to class.
Okay, so just now you talked about note-taking on iPad, right? Actually, I do use the iPad as well. It's way easier to take notes. It's like when you are watching the lecture and you're looking at the slides, you can just annotate on the side. And the interesting that I bring to class, okay, let's say if I have a lab session that day, then I'll definitely need to bring my lab coat. But the goggles are provided in the lab. Yeah, so it's just to prevent like splashes and everything. Yeah, so it doesn't get into your eye.
I'm sure some of you are wondering what the career prospects are like for the courses that we take. For We have different tracks like journalism, so we end up as writers or reporters for newspapers or magazines. We also have broadcast, where we work in the film industry. And public relations, for instance, where we work for different companies and help with their publicity, with their communication, and many other tracks that we can do. What about for engineering?
For Triple E, we actually have a compulsory internship during our year 2, either in semester 1 or semester 2. So for the compulsory internship, we can either work with companies that the school has searched for us under this system called In Place, or we can also self-source our own internship. This is either a 10-week or 20-week compulsory internship, depending on whether you're a year 1 student or you're a direct year 2 student. So for the internship, you can also go overseas. NTU actually has this program called Overseas Entrepreneurship Program. And I have a friend who actually went to US to do his internship there. He was working at this power company in San Francisco, and I think it was a very interesting experience for him. So there are definitely many opportunities when you're in school to explore different careers. And I personally also did summer internships as well. So I did summer internship when I was in year 2, and that also prepared me to go on my compulsory internship and also open up like new doors for me, and also allowed me to explore what I was personally interested in.
What about you, Zach? What is it like at SBS?
For career prospects, I think our course is basically gearing us just to go into academic or research. Yes, so you can do those, but of course there are so many other prospects that we can do as well. We can go into scientific writing, scientific journalism. You can go into food science as well. I have a friend that's doing an internship right now at IFF, International Food and Flavors. We can do those, we can go to forensic science. Yeah, it's basically so much you can go to. You can pharmaceuticals. I think the career prospects are endless in SBS. Yeah.
That's quite a diverse range. What about for ADM?
There are definitely a lot of opportunities like internships and freelancing that is in the local space. So a lot of our students, we actually help our seniors in the film sets and productions. And during our free time, we actually intern at different production houses, especially from a filmmaking major. And for the design side of the ADM spectrum, there's a lot of students that actually intern at design agencies. They do freelance work for a commission. So there's a lot of different opportunities, and there's a lot of things that you can do that you didn't know you were able to do before coming to the school. And there are definitely a lot of connections that seniors might pass down to juniors, and we're able to use that connections to help our career further.
Understand. So actually for Chinese, right, they don't restrict you to just one career path. Widely known is education path, which is either tuition teacher or working in MOE, either or. But there are actually other options such as media, Chinese journalism. Some even venture out in government sector. Yeah, so there's really a huge spectrum for you to choose from. You can actually minor in translation, creative writing also.
For Week in we definitely have internship opportunities. So we have a compulsory 6-month internship in year 3. So this is where we work in sort of what's our dream companies or companies that we want to work in future, and see if that sort of lifestyle or that sort of career aligns with us. And then we get to do our final year projects with the experience that we have from these internships. So I think that overall the consensus is that NTU definitely provides a lot of internship opportunities to all of us, and that's really important, especially when we want to go into the workforce and we don't want to go unprepared. So this helps us.
Thank you for your meaningful and insightful sharing on your courses. Before we end the episode, what is one advice that you give to our prospective students?
I think one advice I would give to prospective students would be to be not afraid to take risks. Always be open to try new things. Like, for instance, NTU gives like a wide variety of modules that you can take outside of your discipline. So like this semester I'm taking Thai level 2. Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting, very fun. You can have more of this kind of like fun and more knowledge about new other disciplines when you take modules from outside of your course. Yeah.
I think for me would be like, don't compare yourself with others. I think in uni, we tend to see how others are doing and then feel bad about ourselves. But I think everyone is on their own personal journey, and different people will have different priorities. And because uni offers such a diverse range of opportunities, different people will prioritize different things. So some might be very into academics, some might be very into student life. So I think just try new things, and don't be afraid to just be yourself and yeah, don't compare yourself to others.
Be yourself.
I think one thing would be to follow your passion. I think it's like quite hard, quite difficult to be in a course where you're not interested in what the course is teaching you. So especially in the art space, following your passion would allow you to kind of study and work without feeling as much difficulty or stress. So knowing what you like and going to explore what you actually like is a good way to enter uni. So that would be my advice to those that are having this discussion in their head.
Thank you for the very insightful sharing. To sum it up, it's actually you need to stay open-minded about new experiences and also follow your passions and don't care about what people say about you. And with that, thank you for watching today's episode of Cosy Corner. I hope you guys had a meaningful time with us.
Make sure you check out our previous episodes linked down below and watch out for our very special episode featuring our mystery guests.
Yes, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our social media accounts at ntu.su. We'll see you in the next episode of Cosy